Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor with Internal Revenue Service. Welcome to my YouTube station. This is the home of the 5-minute or less video. I can tell you everything you need to know within those 5 minutes. I have worked about 10,000 cases. I worked at IRS for 10 years. I've been an IRS private practice defense for 40 years. And yes, I'm a national expert in these matters. I thank you for watching them from my YouTube. I hope you give me a subscription today. I have a whole team of former IRS agents on staff. I've been on national news because many of you have come to me because you've seen my national news all broadcast. I appreciate you being here. You can see those interviews on Fox and ABC and News Nation, Newsmax, CBS, NBC. Just go to some of them. I have them listed on my website. I don't know how many are there. I take some down and move some back up. So anyway, I try to give you these videos. Many as a public service, many are educational. I give you inside information and secrets when I can, IRS, that better help you. There's two types of people who go ahead and listen to these: those who want to do the work by themselves, which is fine, and those who really want to hire somebody. So this information is for you. I want to talk to you today about how IRS is going to work payroll taxes and how important that is. What most people do not know, that IRS sends monthly reports out to the revenue officers in the field of anyone in their zip codes that are not complying with 941 tax law. Those are called FTD alerts. They've probably changed the name since I've been there, but IRS keeps a very, very close watch on payroll tax cases. Why do they do that? Why are the payroll tax cases more important than any other cases at all? Very, very simply because the money that the person or the company owes is actually money that's been placed in trust to them to hold, to turn over to the Internal Revenue Service. Basically, 941 tax is a collection of withholding and Social Security. How is that broken out? Well, the corporation withholds the withholding tax, and then they go ahead and withhold half of the Social Security, and they're supposed to match the other half of the Social Security. So when the government sees companies not paying the withholding and Social Security tax, they come out because they want to investigate and find out, where is this money that's held in trust going? So IRS will come out, and the first thing, two questions that they're going to ask is, if they knock on their client's door or knock on your door, they're going to say, hey, have you filed all your payroll tax returns, and are you current? Are you making current deposits? If you're not, then you're going to have the fury of IRS. So what is IRS going to do when they see this? They're immediately going to give you a document request. That document request is on Form 9297. And when they go ahead and do that, they're going to come out like gangbusters, and they're going to want to see your books and records right away, because this money that was held in trust now is in peril. So IRS is going to give that person a 433B, a business financial statement, and they're going to give them a 433, a personal financial statement, to see if they're enriching themselves from the corporation. What IRS is going to do is they're going to dig down on the business financial statement, and they're going to look at the valuation of assets closely. They're going to go ahead and look at expense ratios to make sure the officers aren't taking too much money out, and they're going to look at receivables to find out if there's receivables that they can go ahead and garnish and take. So if you are working a payroll tax case, the first thing you want to make sure all tax returns are filed and up to date. And then you also want to make sure, if they've been behind, they're going to be making federal tax deposits. It's very critical that they keep current. If they haven't made them in a year and you're just picking up the case, or it's your company, you want to make sure you start getting and making payroll tax deposits, because when IRS knocks on the door and they find out you're current on making federal tax deposits and filing all your returns, they're going to be a lot softer on you. I've talked about this before, but it demands reiteration again. IRS is going to set up the trust fund penalty against those responsible for the corporation. IRS Code Section 6672 dictates that you, in fact, have to pay trust fund money, the corporate officers, those are responsible for the corporation. The trust fund tax will be imposed against you. What is the trust fund tax? The trust fund tax is the withholding and 1/2 of the Social Security that you actually hold in trust. IRS will forgive the match Social Security part, and they will forgive the penalties and interest, but they're going to come with you in full force to collect the withholding and 1/2 of the Social Security. They will look at your 433A IRS financial statement and see if there's any way to collect the money. That assessment then becomes a personal assessment like a 1040, and you can go ahead and appeal it if IRS sets you up. I've talked about that really in another book, another chapter, another email, or somewhere else on my site, and I don't want to reiterate again. So anyway, 941 cases, just remember, are worked by IRS very, very intently. You want to make sure that you're current on your payroll deposits, current on your filing, and understand that payroll taxes is something that government's going to look at. They're going to be on you, and you want to make sure anything, if a revenue knocks on the door, revenue officer knocks on the door, any requests they make sure you do them promptly and quickly. And by the way, you may want to know this, you can file an offer and compromise on payroll taxes. IRS will look at the 941 offer and compromise, and they'll put it together. They'll want to see your personal financial statement. So one of the way out of the payroll tax is to go ahead and make an offer. If you can't make an offer and you're not eligible for an offer, IRS will close the case by either putting you in currently non-collectible or a payment agreement. Remember, payroll taxes are worked very toughly by IRS. Make sure you or your client is timely. Thank you very much. Listen, give me a subscription. I really need those because it moves me up to YouTube. Give me a like, give me a comment, make an appointment. You can call me if you want. But you heard the truth. Thank you for the subscription.